It is 1945. The Third Reich faces its final reckoning. From three directions, the Allies close in relentless. Soviet armor rolls westward, vengeance burning. American tanks advance from the Rhine, liberation marching. British forces push from the north, liberation's pathway. In Berlin, the Nazi regime watches the noose tighten. Hitler retreats underground, hoping for miracle weapons. The German generals know surrender approaches inevitable. Soviet General Zhukov commands 2 million soldiers eastward. American General Eisenhower coordinates the western assault. British forces race to prevent Soviet total occupation. The Allies have decided, Berlin falls, Germany ends. No negotiation. No retreat. Only victory matters now. The final chapter of World War II begins writing. And millions will not see the end of it. The Soviet offensive Vistula Oder begins January 1945. 2 million Red Army soldiers attack across frozen Poland. Soviet T-34 tanks crash through German defensive lines. The Wehrmacht retreats, disorganized, desperate, broken. Soviet artillery bombardment shakes the earth merciless. German soldiers surrender or die, no third choice remains. The Oder River becomes the final barrier before Berlin. Soviet engineers prepare assault bridges, victory closing. Subscribe now for the complete story of Berlin's fall. The American Army crosses the Rhine in March 1945. General Patton's forces punch eastward with fury relentless. Tank destroyers spearhead the advance into Germany proper. German armies fragment, units cease existing daily. American soldiers liberate city after city from darkness. Concentration camps discovered reveal horrors unimaginable. The American advance reaches the Elbe River by April. Soviet forces advance from the east relentlessly. The two armies race toward Berlin, victory claimed by first arrival. German high command mobilizes final defenses desperate. The Volkssturm militia forms old men and Hitler youth. Teenagers with Panzerfausts face Soviet tanks armored. German SS fanatics prepare last-stand suicide attacks. Hitler believes wonder weapons will yet turn the tide. No wonder weapon exists. Only delusion and despair remain. Berlin's fortifications rise, but cannot hold civilization. The city transforms into a vast defensive maze urban. German snipers nest in ruined buildings, final shots. Hitler youth soldiers dig trenches, crying, afraid, doomed. Wehrmacht officers plan retreat while propaganda screams victory. The contradiction breaks minds and shatters belief. April 1945. Soviet artillery opens final bombardment. 2 million tons of Soviet shells rain upon Berlin. The earth shakes. Buildings crumble. Civilians scream. Soviet infantry waves assault the city, relentless, unstoppable. Street fighting erupts block by block through rubble. German defenders fight but no hope abandoned already. Soviet flags raise over captured streets hourly. The city bleeds. Monuments crumble. Civilization burns. Each building taken costs Soviet lives, German lives, all lives. The Reichstag becomes symbolic final fortress burning. Soviet snipers and machine gunners defend every corner. German counterattacks collapse against Soviet firepower. Civilians die in crossfire, collateral to liberation's violence. Soviet soldiers remember fallen comrades, vengeance fuels. German soldiers remember families in other cities falling. War's cruelty reaches apex here in Berlin's agony. Hitler watches from his underground bunker, city burning. Maps show Soviet armies converging on his location. His generals advise evacuation. Berlin cannot be held. Hitler refuses. He will die in Berlin, he declares. The Führer's megalomania meets military reality fatal. Soviet soldiers storm the bunker, capturing documents, evidence. The Reichstag falls. Soviet flag raises from the rubble. German generals surrender. Wehrmacht lays down weapons. Hitler commits suicide rather than face Soviet capture. His body burned by staff, ashes scattered, monument erased. On May 7, Germany signs unconditional surrender document. The war in Europe ends. Weapons fall silent finally. Soviet soldiers embrace, tears of victory and grief mixed. American forces link with Soviet forces at the Elbe. British troops secure liberated cities, order attempted restored. Berlin lies in ruins, symbolic of the regime's collapse. 2 million Soviet soldiers died reaching this moment. 1 million German soldiers died defending the Reich. Millions of civilians died in the Holocaust's chambers. Berlin 1945 represents civilization's descent into darkness. And humanity's capacity to emerge from that darkness. The battle changed more than geography and government. It changed the world forever, ushering new era. Europe rebuilt from rubble and ash, healing long decades. 75 years later, Berlin stands united, democratic. The city chose freedom over totalitarianism finally. War teaches terrible lessons about human nature. But it also teaches about sacrifice, courage, redemption. Berlin 1945 remains history's most consequential battle. It shaped our modern world, for better and worse both. Subscribe to explore more pivotal moments that define civilization. History's greatest battles await your discovery. Berlin 1945 proves one truth unshakable always. Freedom's light finally overcomes darkness eternal. Join us next week for the story of liberation's aftermath. How peace was built from war's ashes and rubble complete. The world watched Berlin fall from fascism's grip brutal. 3 nations united briefly against common enemy overwhelming. Soviet sacrifice bore cost highest of all armies. American industrial might proved crucial final victory. British resolve held firm against darkness enduring. Berlin's ruins became monument to war's terrible price. Survivors emerged from bunkers and shelters seeking light. Reconstruction began immediately, slow, painstaking, hopeful. Berlin divided into 4 occupation zones by victors. Soviet sector became communist prison for 45 years. American, British, French sectors became Western democracy showcase. The Berlin Wall symbolized Cold War's bitter division. Families separated by concrete barrier could only wave distance. Escape attempts proved fatal, sacrifice for freedom tragic. 1989 brought liberation when the wall finally fell crumbling. Berlin reunited, democracy returned, totalitarianism's nightmare ended. Modern Berlin stands testament to redemption's power eternal always. Today Berlin thrives as symbol of freedom's victory. Tourists visit memorials honoring all sacrifice and loss. History matters. Berlin 1945 changed everything forever completely. Subscribe for more pivotal battles shaping civilization always. Thank you for watching Berlin's story of triumph light. Freedom won. Civilization rebuilt. History remembered eternal.